So today we are looking at you said Janan Prabhu?
Yes. The topic is what it requires to and what one should do to establish one's internal relationship with the spiritual master.
So I was looking at Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 7, chapter 12. The Perfect Society for Spiritual Classes. So the Muni is speaking. In the first verse it says, Narada Muni said, a student, is a disciple, should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. A disciple should do what? We should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. If we want to establish connection with a spiritual master, to develop inner relationship, inner connection with the spiritual master. It is not the external thing, not external. And we have said many times that without this connection, we will remain baffled and confused. Especially when the physical body of the spiritual master is not present. The disciples who have no connection will have impossible. So here now the Muni is saying that we should practice controlling the senses. And we should have a submissive and an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. This is establishing a relationship. At both junctions of day and night, namely in the morning, in the early morning and in the evening, he should be fully absorbed in the thoughts of the spiritual master. One should be fully absorbed in the thoughts of the spiritual master. We know that anything we constantly remember, anything we constantly think of, we are with that thing or with that person. We have said that if you remember pure devotees, you will get all their qualities. So it's a recommendation that one should remember the pure devotees. Because remembering about them, we are connected with them. That connection will transfer everything they have, everything with them to be connected. Just like if a cable is connected with the powerhouse, the current will pass through. It's normal. So if we are connected with a pure devotee, we'll have his experience. Whatever is experiencing, like physically, if you travel with the king, what will happen? You will enjoy all the offerings given to the king. That is normal. All the respect will be given to you. His property you are going to use. So if you are a driver of a prime minister, a king, you are in the same car. Or you are a bodyguard, a security guard at the camp. You are in the same car with the person. In fact, you are in the front. If you are driving, or the security guard, you are in the front. So the servant in the front. So disciples are connected with the spiritual master by service, by prayers, by remembrance, thinking about them, about their wonderful qualities, by hearing about their discussing their lecture. So it is difficult to remember or to think of something you don't see, you don't see. It is difficult to remember something you don't see. You know, I don't know what is football. How will I think of it? But but there's a way to do it. What is the way to do that? One of my favorite pastimes of Krishna is Rukmini. Favorite. So how did he get Krishna printed in her heart? She had not seen Krishna before. How? By hearing from Narada Muni describing the qualities of Krishna. As Narada Muni was describing the qualities of Krishna, Srimati Rukmini Devi listened attentively. She got this picture. Narada Muni gave her the picture of Krishna as he's describing. She fixed that in her mind. And that's how she got Krishna. She was able to see Krishna right in her heart. So she developed attraction, developed attachment, she developed interest. By hearing, and as we have given example many times, the demons are forcing us to buy so many things we don't need. Through adverts, they constantly bombard our senses with this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. So eventually we'll develop attraction for it. So you want to develop a relationship, inner development, which is necessary. Should hear about that pure devotee. You should think about the wonderful qualities of the spiritual master. We think about that quality. That is how we see him in our mind's eye. That is the best way to see. Our physical eye doesn't see properly. The mind's eye sees perfectly. That is the best. So when the mind captures the picture, which is coming through proper or bona fide hearing, the relationship is established as an irrevocable fact in the heart. Irrevocable. Irrevocable. It cannot be removed. It cannot be removed again. It's printed in the stamp, like a seal. This is what hearing does. That is bona fide hearing. That it will print the object we are hearing in our heart. So irrevocable fact. It cannot be changed at any time. It is not possible to change it. So Narada Muni is speaking here. The same Narada Muni is doing his duty, planting Krishna in the heart of those who hears. So we think about that person we are hearing. We think about the pure devotees of Krishna. You think about the person. That is how we develop the connection. The connection, relationship is established. We hear attentively. So the one is saying here, both day and night, in the early morning and in the evening, one should be fully absorbed in thought of the spiritual master. Fire, the sun god, Lord Vishnu, and by chanting the Gayatri mantra, he should worship them. By being called by the spiritual master, the student should study the Vedic mantras regularly, every day, before beginning his studies and at the end of his studies. The disciples should respectfully offer obeisances unto the spiritual master. This is how we started our Christian consciousness. Everything begins from the spiritual master and ends with the spiritual master. And that is the end of the Gurudeva Sakhi, number 8. At least I should offer my respectful obeisance to the spiritual master 3 times, at least 3 times, morning, afternoon, evening. This is how we are taught. We never leave the temple without going to take permission from the spiritual master. When we are going outside, we never enter the temple without reporting back to the spiritual master. I have come back successfully to give reports before we go to the ashram. This is a principle which we maintain that help us to establish connection with the spiritual master. That when you use the word here, absorb, wants to be fully absorbed in thought of the spiritual master. Fully absorbed. This is how we develop the inner connection. Inner connection. And what we're talking about inner connection, what is that? That is how we become pure, purified. Because by being connected, being absorbed in Krishna, what will happen? The example is given. A butterfly became a caterpillar. How? By thinking, by meditation. By meditation. This is absorption. That's what we get from absorption. This is meditation. That one will become purified by that bona fide association. It's association. That's how we become connected. We develop the relationship, the connection. So, my dear devotees, this is the science, the technologies that we need putting in place to have. Why should we offer obeisances before and after the study? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Keshava Kashmir and Saraswati Devi told him that the person you are calling a small boy is the Supreme Personality of God. He is my master. The purpose of the mantra I gave you is not the false pride you have been demonstrating all along. The purpose is to help you get the blessing of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you are very, very fortunate to have this association, even though you don't know. Go now and meet him. Go and meet him. So the next morning, Keshava Kashmir came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house. Very early in the morning, he was there. How would you feel? He gets a chance. He came very early in the morning. He couldn't sleep again. He was waiting. Where's the time so I can go? He came and messaged Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He went flat to me. The person who didn't offer obeisance the previous night, he offered obeisance flat on the ground. Sita Mahaprabhu said, who is that? Ah, it is you. Please get up. Get up. You are such a great personality. Why are you doing this? Get up. Keshava Kashmir said, I will not get up. I will not. I will not get up. So Sita was raising from the ground and embraced him. He said, why are you doing this? He said, because I want to get your grace. By offering your obeisances, I will get your grace. I will get your mercy. For what? To be disentangled from material existence. This is a benefit to be disentangled. But the time Mahaprabhu was happy. We are not doing anything artificial or without a meaning or purpose in the Krishna context. Everything is purposeful. So he said, get up, get up. No, I want to get your mercy. That's why I'm doing this. I'm offering your obeisances for my own good. It is not for you, it is for my own benefit. Every day before beginning our day, studies, and at the end of the studies, the disciples should respectfully offer obeisances unto the spiritual master. That is the process. That is the duty, the things we should do. This is what we should do. And I was looking also at the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter. The Krishna is describing knowledge, 20 items of knowledge from text 8 to 12. So Krishna has given many items. Amali Tom, but don't be Tom. Ahimsa Santir Arajavam. Acharupashanam Sucham Sairam Atma Biligaha. Indidarateshu Vairagyam Anahankaraye Vacha. Janmam Mrutu Jara Vyadi Tukatosha Nudarshanam. Asaltiri Anna Bishwanga Putra Dhara Grihadishu. Itam Chasamak Tatum Istanitos Nishto Papatishu. Mai Janenya Jogera Bhakti Avicharini Victor Desha Sevitum Paratir Jana Sama Samsadi Adhyatma Gyana Nityatum Tattva Gyanartha Darshanam Etad Gyanam Iti Proktam Gyanam Jat Atu Nyata. Humility, righteousness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the object of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with the children, wife, home, and rest. Even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events. Constant and unalloyed devotion to me, Krishna. Aspiring to live in a solitary place. Detachment from the general mass of people. Accepting the importance of self-realization. And philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. So Acharya Upashanam Prabhupada said, for acceptance of the spiritual master, the purpose. That is essential. Because without the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, one cannot progress in the spiritual science. Those people who think that you can read a book and become a pure devotee, we should hear this. And Lord Brahma already said in the 10th canto, chapter 14, 10th canto, Lord Brahma said, one cannot read book and become a pure devotee, not even Srimad Bhagavatam Bhagavad Gita. One cannot read book and become a devotee. It's not possible. That is not a process. One cannot chant Hare and become a pure devotee. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Lord Advaita, give prema to his two brothers, Sri Sanatana Goswami and Sri Rupa Goswami. If you don't give them bhakti, how would they get it? It is Chaitanya Bhagavat. Lord Chaitanya is directly speaking. If you don't give them, how would they get it? Don't cheat them. Give them. Lord Dr. Chara said, if you said so, then I will give. If you say so, you will give. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, see, let me tell you, these two devotees, they nobody as renounced as they are. Therefore, they're the best candidates. They are the best candidates for pure love of God, for your mercy. They're the best candidates. You never get it. They have nothing in their life except the water pot and the chanting bead. That's that is the only property in the whole life. That's what they have. Chanting bead and water pot. That's what. They are the perfection of renunciation. So don't cheat them. Give them prema. It is given. So anyone who is telling you you can read books and become a pure devotee, it is not in our scripture. It is not said by our chariots. You should run away from people who speak this nonsense. Run away. Very, very fast. If you stay there, you are deceived and you are a fool. So here Prabhupada is speaking. As for acceptance of the spiritual master, that is essential. It is not optional. If a bigger church means it is compulsory, not optional. Because without the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, one cannot progress in the spiritual science. One cannot. There's no possibility of making progress in the spiritual science. So these are the technologies we need to put in place. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanjay, they were discussing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, if I did not give it is true, if I did not give my mercy to somebody, if I don't give my mercy to somebody, I can stand before the person like this, face to face. The person will never know me. Never. And he gave an example. My uncle comes here, we were face to face every day. We see. What did he do? They want to kill me. I went to Dhirodan. I was with Dhirodan going to help him. He want to fight me. He want to fight me. Show me demonic personalities. I see the person. They're fighting me. They fought with me. They planned how to kill me. Yes. That is a plan to kill me. Why? Because they don't have my mercy. We cannot have the mercy of Krishna from Krishna. The mercy of Krishna is with Krishna's pure devotees. So Prabhupada is saying here, because without the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, one cannot progress in the spiritual science. No progress. One should approach the spiritual master with all humility. All humility. Our approach should be based on humility, all humility. And offer him all services, yes. Humility, services. So that he will be pleased to bestow his blessings upon the disciple. Humility, service, to please the spiritual master. So when he's pleased, he will bestow his blessings. Because a bona fide spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. If he bestows any blessings upon his disciple, that will make the disciple immediately advanced without the disciples following the regulative principles. Or the regulative principles will be easier for one who has served the spiritual master without reservation. Without reservation. So we should not check in what Itakura said. So, one who has pleased the spiritual master with a sincere service, the regulative principle becomes very easy. Very easy. No struggle. Will not be struggling with regulative principle. It becomes very easy. Easy to follow. So if we want to establish connection, this is the process. Then the Guru becomes very happy. When he is happy with us, all barriers are broken. All obstacles are broken. One becomes fearless. One becomes fixed in the process. One becomes progressive. Everything, it is, all activities will meet with passion, with success. All of activities. Once one is blessed, meet with success. All our activities will end with success. All. As an example, we have seen, look at what Papa did because he has a blessing of his spiritual master. Therefore, before a devotee does something, we always beg for mercy. We always beg the mercy because with that mercy, we will do what we cannot do on our own. For example, is a sparrow. The sparrow and Garuda. The sparrow lays the eggs by the seaside, and the sea took the eggs. The sparrow came there. Give me back my eggs. The ocean is we did nonsense making noise. Keep quiet. Because it's very insignificant. The ocean is mighty. The bird said, if you don't give me my eggs, I will dry you up. The ocean laughed. Now, how are you going to do that? So with determination, he entered. And when Garuda had the news that the small sister, doing something, the mighty Garuda came there. He told my sister, there, otherwise I take it upon myself immediately. The ocean, so we have a great personality like you. Yes. Immediately he turned back there. Yes, because he has a connection with the devotee. Everything becomes possible. What is the possibility for when people show when people show the sparrow going to use a dick to carry one drop of water and throw it, we were laughing. So look at this food. What is the duration of a life to dry and wash? What quantity you going to take? What is the duration of a life? That is our foolish calculation. But one who has the blessing of a spiritual master, everything becomes possible. All impossible things become possible. All impossible things become possible. That is why Prabhupada boldly challenged. Impossible is only with fools. Why did he say that? Because one who does not know the importance of Krishna, one who does not know the power of blessing of a pure devotee would think like that. But who knows the power of the blessing of a pure devotee will not think like that. We think everything is possible by the grace. So it is possible. In the mercy of the pure devotees. So, dear brothers and sisters, we want to stop here and ask for your comments and questions, if there is. All right.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudeva, we would just like to inform the devotees joining with us online that we will first be taking the questions from the devotees at Mauritius who are physically present there, and once the questions are over, then we take other questions online.
If suppose they don't have the questions, we wait for them. Anyone can ask questions before they start them. Anyone who has questions, they can ask. If they ask, then you can start. Otherwise, you don't have to wait until they compose the question. Anyone can ask. Whoever asks questions,
All right.
who has comment, he can also bring. We are ready for both.
Jananda Prabhu, we can't hear you.
You can hear me?
It is breaking a little. Maybe you can come a little in front of the device, then it will be better.
Now you can hear me, Maharaji?
Yes.
Question is, as Maharaj, so that we have to control our senses.
I'm not hearing anything.
Prabhuji, can you face towards the mic of the laptop if it is there? Then you have to face towards the mic.
Okay, now you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
It's better.
The question is that we have to control our senses. On top of that, we have to be submissive and we have to develop a very friendly attitude. And then in this way, we can establish our internal connection. Referring to the friendly attitude, we also see that the disciples should approach the spiritual master with awe and reverence. So how we can demarcate between awe and reverence and then the friendly attitude? How we can demarcate?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So yes, every morning we are singing in the morning. But we deal with the spiritual master with all our reverence. Reverence means respect. The respect is there, but not with fear. If you are relating with the fear, relating with the spiritual master with the fear, we will not do perfectly. Our activity will not be perfect. It will not bring the relationship will not be sweet. We are referring to a mature first-class disciple who's dealing with the spiritual master is transparent, is clean, has a full understanding. He knows the difference between the disciple and the spiritual master. He knows the difference. So the dealing is sweet because he's friendly. He's not being equal. Like, it's not the idea of being equal. It's about having a sweet dealing, not relating with the fear. But for new, reverence is there. Because that helps us to maintain the boundaries. Does it make sense?
Second question. Right to humility. Very often we hear this.
Can you do the right thing? Can you do the right thing? You're speaking right. No, I cannot hear you.
Now you can hear me, Guru Maharaj?
Yes, I can hear.
So, very often we hear the word humility and we just take it for casual, that we know it. But in the actual sense, what does it imply in the practical sense, the word humility, Guru Maharaj?
Srila Prabhupada said, humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others. But from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, he knows that he is not this body. Anything, honor or dishonor, pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. People are always anxious to be famous for their religion, and consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principles, and then wants to advertise himself as a religious mentor. So, humility means we're not eager to receive honor from others. It means we don't demand for it, we don't call for it, let it come naturally. That is humility. Humility means that one is bold, at the same time submissive. What does that mean? Bold does not mean arrogance. And submissive does not mean foolishness, not naivety. It is not. Submissive means that we are ready to tell the truth whenever necessary, at any time, to any person. That is humility. That's a bold. That is humility. That, that one is ready to tell the truth without being proud. What did you say? It without fear. That is boldness, not arrogance. That is humility. It is not because I cannot fight you, so I just stay quiet. Or I'm very humble, so I see something wrong, just stay quiet. That is not humility. Yes, we are ready to tell the truth whenever necessary, without pride. We're not anxious to receive glorification. We don't beg for it, don't call for it. It means there's no pride. There's no pride in our life. But actually, true humility is exhibited by pure devotees. They're naturally humble because they know our limitation. You know how insignificant we are. That at any moment, man can deal with us. Without a shelter of Krishna, we are nothing. So what the pure devotees, they know how insignificant. We can philosophically speak, but that is different. They are naturally humble because he knows our insignificant nature. Therefore, they naturally surrender to Krishna in humility for shelter, for protection. Does it make sense?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj. There is another question from the floor, Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
How can we experience blessing of a pure devotee?
How can we experience blessing of a spiritual master? How are we existing in our Christian consciousness without blessing? What is keeping us going in our Christian consciousness without blessing? How are we understanding the philosophy that is keeping us going that we can continue to practice without the blessing? How can we continue? What is the strength to continue? What is the strength to understand what we're doing? It's due to the blessing for the spiritual master that we can understand, we can persevere, we can tolerate, we can continue to practice. Blessing. Therefore, a devotee who is humble will be able to appreciate. Oh, I'm here because Krishna protecting me. I'm here because the blessing of my spiritual master is on me. I am able to do this because of the blessing of my spiritual master. That's why I'm able to do this. So we always offer respect, appreciation to the spiritual master for what he's doing for us. For a conditioned soul, blessing means yes, but it's like me is giving me a lot of money. So yeah, it's a blessing. That is a conditioned person. Or Digvijay, who is very proud, is yeah, I have knowledge to speak the scriptures exponentially. I can have command thousands of people because I have because this is the message. So one pray for Goddess Saraswati for this. So I think that is blessing. But for a devotee of Krishna, a devotee of Krishna, a blessing is that one is making progress in Christian consciousness. That is a blessing. So the blessing is differently understood according to our level in Christian consciousness. So you think like that, yes, I'm blessed because this progress in Christian. I have interest to do my sadhana nicely, to do service nicely. Service is a blessing. Can make progress. That is considered blessing, not the external things. Not the devotee, a lady. So she came to the Srila Gurudeva Swami Maharaj and he said, Maharaj, please, I need a blessing from you. I need blessing. So Maharaj said, okay, take my blessing, you leave your husband and become a pure, you become a devotee. Ah, Maharaj, please, I don't want that, please. It's not a blessing. No, Maharaj, you're not a blessing. Oh, give me a child, let me train in Christian culture. Oh, Maharaj, this is not a blessing. What do you want? Give me 120 years so I can live. Let me live for long life. my children pass their exams, become the successful business people, have a plane, let me have estate, have a house by the sea. So blessing is perceived differently according to different levels. In Chaitanya Bhagavad, one household I gave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessing. I bless you, have a strong appetite to gratify a senses with a beautiful wife. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is not a blessing of a Goswami. So, oh, so what's the use of having this body? Why you have this young, fresh body like this? It's for what? Tell me, what, oh, okay. Now I can understand. A 𝐾𝐻 has come. A baby who is still sucking breast. The mother's breast is still, breast milk is still in his mouth. Now correcting me, who have visited all the places of pilgrimage in the whole world. That's a baby with the breast milk in his mouth. Now correcting me. 𝐾𝐻 has come. So you may be a devotee of Krishna, yes, that is okay, you can be a devotee of Krishna. But if you don't gratify the senses, so what is the use of having this body, this beautiful body, this handsome beauty like this? What is it for? Take my blessings. Anyway, if you don't want to take them, let's have some bliss. Let's have some bliss. The time I will look at it and I will say, what is he talking? What is he saying? Bliss? What is that? What is he talking? Each and every will say, I want to give you a palm wine. Let's get away from here immediately. Run. They ran away and jump in the Ganga to get purified from that. Bliss. Yeah, this is a blessing. This is what we consider blessing. But this is useless. It is useless. Demons also have all the facilities. Yeah? All the demons, they have the facilities. Now the Muni said that. No, so Prahlad, he was talking to him. In this material world, I've seen so many people, they want all these material facilities. But I have seen that my father has all these things. And when they shout, all these people will have all these things. What my father shouted, they are all afraid. And the same, my father, you killed him. Therefore, who is that intelligent person who will look for this instead of you? It is you that's it's a blessing. This is blessing. All right?
Thank you very much for your very wonderful every day. Earlier you mentioned about to remember and see that the speaker master with one's mind, eye.
I'm not hearing you.
You mentioned about
Now, I'm going to talk about this all the time.
Yes, Shri. So you mentioned about thinking and remembering the spiritual master with one's mind's eye. So can you please explain more on this, how we can apply this?
Yes. The duty of the mind is to get absorbed. It should be absorbed. That's the word. The money use absorption. Be absorbed. A duty of the mind. And in many places in Bhagavad Gita, your mind intelligence fixed on me. 12:8. Bhagavad chapter 8 is 12. In many places, but 12:8. Your mind and intelligence fixed on me, fixed on me. That is required. So, Krishna, the question was really invest our intelligence in him. We know what an intelligent person, a business person, you make an investment. It's an investment. Invest our mind, our intelligence in Krishna by thinking about it, planning how to serve the spiritual master and the serve Krishna. It's absorption. We plan how to do the service. We have to do the service. We have to do it. We have to plan it. Organization. It's organization. Very important. That is mind being absorbed. We think many ways how to present Krishna consciousness. The Prophet said we should devise many ways to give Krishna to people. That's how to absorb the mind. Thinking. All right.
Yes, sure, Gurudev. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Can take a question from other devotees, Gurudev, on Zoom.
Okay.
If devotees, you can raise your hand so that it will be easy for us to put you on spotlight. Just unmute and raise your hand. Does anybody have any questions or comments on Zoom? There are no hands up on Zoom.
All right. Thank you very much. So can end here.
We got one question from Rati Manjari Priya Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. I'm audible?
Yes, yes. You're not in
Maharaj.
research. You're different. You're audible.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Mhm.
Maharaj, how do we apply the teachings of Dhruv Maharaj in our life? I mean, he has done such severe austerities. And how do we apply those teachings in practical way? If you can throw some light on it. Thank you, Maharaj.
Well, Dhruv Maharaj, he performed very, very severe austerity preaching. It's difficult for most of us to do because we don't have his qualities. He has the spirit of Kshatriya combined with Brahmana qualities. In his previous life, he was a Brahmana. And in present life, he was born in Kshatriya. So the combined energy, we are there. And the time also is more favorable, not like this time, but to the grace, our body very good. Our mind is very dull. So, because we don't have his qualities, we cannot imitate and stand on one leg for 6 months, not eat anything. Just one day, Ekadashi is very, very difficult. We struggle with it, and people complain. And one devotee calculated that on the Ekadashi day, it is more than 1 day. I have not thought of it. It was well, asking me, I calculated, why is it taking longer time than other days? So that is just 1 day. We are struggling seriously. But Dhruv Maharaj is standing without eating for 6 months and engaging in heavy breathing exercise. So when one stops the air, one can suspend the air for some time and breathe. One will increase the duration of life. So you see, the yogis, they have a longer life because they do breathing exercise. That will increase the duration of life. But it is difficult for most of us to do that. Therefore, the Prophet has given us a simple method. Ekadasi, Janmasami. This is auspicious day like all the Vishnu, not all the Vishnu, some. A notable one which we have, the Singhade Chaturdasi, Ram Navami, Balaram Jayanti, Janmasami, Radhastami, Ekadasi, and that of our Acharyas, appearance and disappearance. So these days we can practice at least to have the glimpse of what Dhruva Maharaj did. We cannot do that. We can do this as much. And it will help us to understand. We have the blessing that another money got, Dhruva Maharaj got. If you simply follow this process, which I do, many people are not following. Before they finish the second meal, they're already eating and drinking and even before the time they're doing. So it's difficult. So if we want to help ourselves to make a faster progress, austerity is required. That austerity entails abstaining from grains and food in general in the Kadasi days, and constantly chant here and try to remember the question that we are thinking of, we are hearing about. So try to remember that. Of course, that is also based on our karma. But that is the way to do it. So we don't have to go to the forest like Dhruva Maharaj did, but we can do it in our house. Fast completely, Ekadasi means no food. That is a simple word, no food. So just stay free from food till the next day. That if you do it naturally without a grudge, without the feeling it is too much, accepting it as a way of purification, like Christian, even without the arrangement, Christian arrange everything perfectly to get his mercy. That is one. All right.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So the Kadasi day we can observe it and just feeling the thing that they try to do it was very nice. Very nice. Now we are looking for Balaram. Before Balaram, Purushottam. Purushottam Mass is this year. So we can take some vows according to the level we can handle. And follow it to the end. We'll get some. Those who can do completely can abstain completely from food. Sometime, because it will help us to develop the inner strength. The fasting purifies the heart, purifies the soul. That is why enlightened people take to it, because not is a chance for me to get purified. So they can get the mercy, the blessing of Krishna to come back to God. All right. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So on behalf of all the devotees, we thank you very much, Guru Maharaj, for this wonderful lecture. And we hope to meet you next week for another Zoom session. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki. Srila Bhakti Dhira Swami ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Go to Bhakti Vrinda ki. Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Tilabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.